There are two huge pressures, societal pressures, and I think really internal pressures that I really want to bring up today. And these two were first, or I heard them firstly, by a psychologist by the name of Erik Erikson. Now, Erik Erikson believed that in different stages of your life, you have different priorities, you have different goals. Now, he talks everything from being born, zero, until death, essentially. But there are two main ones that I want to talk about. One of them is in adolescence. So the adolescence one states, and I believe adolescence is anywhere between 12 to 19, but I've also seen 12 to 24, so it depends what adolescence is for you. But basically, in adolescence, Erik Erikson believed that it was the time of identity versus identity confusion. So it's the time where you're trying to figure out who are you, right? I'm preaching self-awareness so hard because there's many people who, Erik Erikson also believed if you did not resolve that resolution, so if you don't know who you are, you carry it onto the next stage. You can't start the next stage without figuring out your prior goal, right? And the prior goal of the current goal of the adolescent stage is figure out who you are. That includes what kind of music you like. That includes your ethics, your morals, your values in terms of what's right, what's wrong, the kind of people you want to associate yourself with. Anything from the clothes you wear, your religious views, you know what I mean? Like if your involvement in drugs, in alcohol, what you think is okay, what you think is not okay. So really that adolescent area is what do you want to do and who do you want to be, right? Who are you? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do in this world? Which way do you want to go? I think one of the biggest pressures from being a young person, especially in high school, is the constant question of, hey man, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you grow up? What's the goal? What's the plan? Now, sometimes, right, people ask this, and it's super genuine. It's from a warm place. They're sincerely curious. But the problem is when you ask someone this repeated question, for a lot of young people who are not sure which way they're going in life, that can be very anxiety provoking. Because when you ask someone, what are your plans for the future? You're going to notice different answers are going to get different receptions. Maybe if you say, I want to be a doctor, they'll go, wow, a doctor, that's amazing. If you say, actually, I want to, drop out to make a business, they'll be like, oh, okay. And worst of all, God forbid you say, I'm only 17. Like, I don't know. Like, oh God, you don't know? You better get on it, man. You're going to be graduating next year. Now, for anyone listening to this, I just want to let you know, I have met people who are 17 years old who have no idea what they're going to do. I've met people who've graduated. I've met people who are in university 3 years in, they don't know what they're going to do. I know people who are 35 years old and they still don't know what they're going to do. And guess what? It's all okay. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to figure it out. It's going to be different for some people as opposed to others. Some figure it out when they're 18. Some, man, at the age of 12, they love cars. They love figuring out how they work. They want to go into, I don't know, man, like engineering, right? It's for them. Others, they don't know what they want to do until they're 45, until they've really figured out, okay, this is who I am. This is where I want to go. You're saying, well, Daniel, how is it possible? Man, it really depends on, in my opinion, experience. It depends on your upbringing, the environment that you're raised in. It depends on internal reflection. Right? Some people, like myself, I consciously take a step back and I think, okay, well, let's think about what I've done, so what I like doing, what I don't like doing. Like you guys know, I'm a big fan of writing. I'm a big fan of reading. I'm a big fan of speaking my words out loud like this. And a lot of my insights in life have come from this. I'll make a podcast. I'll say something that I've never said out loud before. And then when I finish recording, I'm like, oh my God, that was brilliant. I didn't know I thought that until I, said it out loud. So basically, one of the biggest pressures that I do think for a young person is that idea of, who am I? Because the moment you figure out who you are, now you start moving towards, well, what do I like? What don't I like? Right? When you ask someone and you go, what do you want to do? I don't know what I want to do stems from a deeper, I don't really know who I am. Let me say that again. That was brilliant. I've never heard that before. That was so sick. I want to say that again for you and for me. When someone tells you, I don't know what I'm going to do, it stems from a deeper, I don't really know who I am. Because if you don't know who you are, you'll say, hey man, do you want to go be a police officer? I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know. If you've never had pizza before, hey man, do you like pizza? I don't know. Do you want to go, get a doctorate at university? Maybe. 10 years of schooling, that sounds like a lot. Do you want to go work in the government? Do you want to become a YouTuber? Like, what do you want to do? And you saying, I don't know what to do, stems from a deeper, I don't really know who I am. Because I don't really know who I am. I don't know my strengths. I don't know my weaknesses. And guess what? A lot of life is just trial and error. It's trying new things. It's putting yourself out there, putting yourself in situations where, you go get a job and you're like, you know what? This job really wasn't for me. And it's not that it's a waste of time, but you needed to do it. What if someone says, hey man, do you like pineapple pizza? If you've never had pineapple pizza, how would you know if you don't try? So you got to try pineapple pizza and try cheese pizza and try pepperoni pizza until you can say, you know what, man, I've tried all these. Pepperoni is my favorite, or cheese is my favorite. You just have to try them all until you figure out what clicks. Now, it's very important to state that, yeah, some people they know, or some people they just go into something, it's whether sheer luck, whatever it may be, they fall into it, they fall in love with it, and it's for them. That's fantastic. But a lot of people, you are not alone. The first try doesn't get it right. First try with a job, first try with a degree, first try with a partner. I thought she was perfect for me. 6 months later, they're not together. Like, I thought it was her, but we didn't really click. And then I thought it was the other one, but we didn't really click. And then I thought it was another one, but then I met Sasha, and we clicked off, and we've been married for 3 years now. Do you see what I mean? So really, my friends, when you look at the Daniel Teaches experience, Daniel teaches, you know how in a movie it says like, the Lion King, and then like under it, it'll be like a little like subtitle, like the greatest adventure ever made, like whatever. The Daniel Teaches experience, or Daniel Teaches, the underlying message here is the journey to self-awareness. Because I believe that any feelings of anxiety that arise from not knowing what you want to do in life comes from not knowing who you are. And when you figure out who you are, you know which way to move. Once you figure out, you're like, okay, we're playing chess and I am the king. These are the moves that I can make. Or we're playing chess, I'm a soldier. These are the moves I can make. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what kind of moves you can make. And unfortunately, I think is one thing that is just, it's not talked about enough, or people don't talk about it directly. If I'm being completely honest with you, the two people who I've really heard talk about this are Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Robbins. I'm sure other people talk about it too, but those are the two big ones that I've heard of. We talk about, hey man, we're just preaching self-awareness. You got to know yourself. You got to figure out what you like, what you don't like. Do you like a 9 to 5? Do you like being an employee? Great. Do you like being self-employed, working on your own, working from home even? Great. Do you like study groups? Do you prefer studying by yourself? Do you like playing video games? Like you have to know yourself in order to move forward. So a big, big, big goal in that adolescent stage, Erik Erikson believed, was the identity versus identity confusion. That's that primary to figure out, who are you?